of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears.
And we're gonna pin that mofo.
Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success.
back in.
Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now.
Sign in.
Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show.
Wall Street Breakfast, I like that one.
Newsletter, let us help you grow.
Larry.
Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less.
I don't listen to Wall Street Breakfast every day, but I do think they do a very good job of their podcast. It's definitely way more polished than mine. I mean, you know, hey. Hims is back down. It was under 40. Now it's back, or 50. And now it's back above 50. I got out. We'll talk about. I'm gonna go into the podcast now, but I pinned the 7-day free trial link up there for. Oh, I gotta turn on my do not disturb, or else I know somebody's gonna call me. Let's see. Gonna delete all that. Clear that. Clear that. And then go to YouTube. Morning, Chris. I'm not getting an ad, but oh well. Morning, Rosa. I'm not gonna. I mean, I haven't seen the. Let's see. Do we have the productivity slips more than consensus? Labor. Productivity down 8%. Unit cost up 5%. Developing checked back for updates. Yes. Oh, I've got my volume up. I can hear myself. Yeah. Cleveland Cliffs. I mean, what's funny about Cleveland Cliffs is Savvy Trader, the core portfolio. It's one of the biggest losers, I think. Is Savvy Trader stuck? No, I just got to re-sign in is what it's telling me. So let's look at core portfolio. That's what we want. And so there's the total. So United Health, we've lost $20,000 because we bought it huge. I mean, that's just an enormous loss. I still think it deserves to be in there. I just think the timing of that buy was just horrible, per se. Pepsi is at a loss, and Cleveland Cliffs is at a loss. So you got only those three that are down. And United Health is just an enormous loss because you bought it at $591, and it's at, $391. Again, this is why I wouldn't trade this one. Wouldn't manage my portfolio this way, because year to date, we're down about, we're up, down 3%. The S&P's down 4%. If you go over max time period, we're still way outperforming, even with that loss. So It's just 100 shares of the favorite stocks, but Cleveland Cliffs is one that I probably would have taken out. I'm just not a materials guy, and so I don't know that many other than Cleveland Cliffs, and I like it, but it is what it is. I've got the watch list of CrowdStrike, HPE, Vertiv, Oracle. I think I took Dell out. Yeah. So that's just a good portfolio. I might share this. I might not. It's a YouTube video of a guy who created a scan to find stocks like Warrior Trading. I need to subscribe to him, by the way. It's a scanner, and so I'm going to work on. I may share that one. I may not. I may just create the scanner. This was 12 rules, 12 market rules, technical traders. So we'll do that as part of the education section today. Quantum stocks are going crazy right now. Shopify missed, and they're down. They're getting beaten down, but I would expect that one to get back. Fortinet missed and guided down. This one back under 100. Where's it going? We can kind of take a look at that one. Axon Enterprises, they killed it. They killed it. IONQ killed it. Killed it. Let's see. Oh, until it gets a better business, I would trade it, but they're better than expected. But yeah, their earnings. Why did I put this in here? Oh, they did have earnings. Yeah, they did have earnings. I should probably put that with after the quantum stocks, because IONQ is the quantum. We'll put that down there. We'll put that over there. Why are you crying? Hold on. Let me see. No, she's not here. I hear her in the other room. So, morning, Olga. What up? App loving. Yeah, Axon. Okay, after Axon, Melly killed it. I mean, that one, if you bought that one when I said, hey, this could turn 5,000 into 1 million, you're way up. Let's just say that. App loving surges. S&P's most overbought and oversold stocks. It's a good list, and it's a good thing to keep track of. Uber, wait for a better price. I think, we're going to go over some of the ones in the core portfolio that I noticed, including Costco's back over 1,000. Just so you know, it's back over 1,000. Including, and I'm going to go over, I did some trimming yesterday, including CrowdStrike, which is up 1% today, which I trimmed it. I trimmed Microsoft, Apple, Google. I did a lot. We'll talk about Google and Apple. A trade deal is going to be announced with the UK. So finally, we have some trade deals coming in. I guess it's one. The Trump administration is set to offer export curb controls finally on chips and stuff like that. And NVIDIA kind of there. I sold my HIMS. So we'll go over why I sold HIMS. Oscar Health at 11, they soared yesterday at 30%. They're up 5% again today. It's nuts. And again, our friend Oleg Ogus, he called it. I mean, he absolutely 100% called it. It's an AI market. So buy a theme. That's kind of it. The biggest movers in the market today, it is Apple Oven and Bitcoin and Cleveland Cliffs, ARM Holdings, Beyond Meat, Fortinet are the losers. We'll go over that. We will go over the, I want to get to the part where they're showing the stock chart. There we go. We'll go over the Google stuff, the Google and Apple stuff, because Google actually is disputing what Eddie Q said. And we'll go over all of this stuff because Google, the narrative has changed, and the narrative has changed. We'll go over a chart of the S&P. Let me pull up the S&P. Is it SPX? Maybe it's SPX. No. Oh. Do I have to change this? Proceed and exchange to exchange agreements. Bond, accept, exchange. Okay, you're done. SPX. And we'll go to a daily. Because what I want to show is I think it was April 2nd. Okay, the close is 56.70. Closes 56.70. Yeah, 56.70. So we're just going to put that in there. Why is that still stuck on hymns? Well, we're going to do this. Okay. Wah, wah. There we go. Wah, wah. Maybe I should just share this. Yeah. Maybe we'll just share this on Twitter. Yeah. Let me just copy the link. Close, and we'll go to Twitter. Wah, wah, and we'll say and we'll include the SPX. What? Oh, I gotta hit that. Okay, and we're going to, where's the link? Oh, we'll just go here. Copy link, and we'll put that there. And then we'll go here. Okay. Sorry, getting ready for the show. And it is what it is. Let's just check FinViz. Let's see. Blackstone. Ooh, Blackstone. Wow. Wait. They bought. Did they really buy? Let's see. Yeah, Blackstone Private Credit Strategies bought back 24 million of their stock. Morning, Wendy. That's interesting, because look at that slide. The book value per share, $6.56. That's not great. Forward PE of 21. Wow. Let's look at BX and Seeking Alpha. Not much news, and it's not great as far as the grades go. KKR, Apollo. I like all three of those more than I like Blackstone. Notably stretched, for instance, price to book ratio is 13. That's why I just looked at the price to book is just horrible, indicating expensive. Moreover, the price to earnings 29. Robust growth, revenue growth 25%, earnings per share growth 72%, but 60% outperforming the index of 6%. With a gross profit margin. Momentum does suck. I mean, momentum, no doubt. Revisions, recent earnings revisions are scurrying with 21 down, blah, blah, blah. Scale and diverse investment, Blackstone with form. I mean, you could convince me that Blackstone is a good bounce opportunity. Let's see how the 4-hour algorithm. 4-hour algorithm actually does really well, and it got you in here at 128. You're at 136. The average win is 8%. 29 positions over 24 months. You win about half. I mean, of 29 positions, you win what? 14, and you lose 15. So it's not horrible, especially during this downturn. I mean, the downturn really started December. So you're dealing with 4 months, almost 5 months. So not horrible. Morning, Scott. You could convince me this was a good opportunity if we just, I don't want that one. I want the support. If we just go here and we look at, okay, we're going to touch 3. You've broken out. I mean, you have broken out on the weekly. I mean, the shit. I would probably buy this one with the thought that if it gets down to 120, I'm going to cut my ties or add more. Melly's good. Melly did really well. Let's go to SPX. Okay, we're going to start it off here with SPX. Oh, I do want strategy test. We'll just pop that up. Okay, I am going to start the show now. I'm going to hit record. Let me just check something real quick. By the way, my Webull, if you'd like a Webull account, go to my link tree. The link tree is down below. But my Webull account is up at 11.1. It's up like $300 today. It's up almost 2%. So I still have $1,500 in cash in there, which I need to deploy. And I think I may deploy today to be perfect. On Mike. Mike is emailing me. Why not buy on a Friday? Yeah. We'll go over this. I'm going to hit record. Good morning. It is Thursday, May 8th, and nothing big about today other than we're finally getting an effing trade deal. But I do want to point out something real quick, and I want to point this out on the S&P because it's a big effing deal, okay? I posted this on Twitter, and I just did it right before the show. But what's significant about this? Do you see this chart right here? This is the S&P 500. It's a $SPX on Trendspider, okay? You can look at it. It's a daily chart. And what's interesting is if you go back to April 2nd, which was Liberation Day. They didn't want to do it on April 1st because everybody thought it was going to be an April Fool's Day. But April 2nd, before Liberation Day, you saw the S&P close at 5670, okay? That's interesting. Interesting, because where are you in pre-market? You are at 5631 right now. It hasn't opened up, but more than likely you're going to get an open that is close, if not above that. That is a big effing deal. A big effing deal, okay? Your Bollinger Bands still wide open. Your 9 days moving up, your 21-day moving up, your 50 days still moving down. Your 200-day has flattened off. Where's your 200-day on a daily? 57.42. Nothing good ever happens under the 200-day, but when you buy under the 200-day, you are buying an S&P index that the last time it was under the 200-day was October 2023. That's on the daily. And if you move back here during 2022, you were under the 200-day and you had good opportunities. And if you move back during this time, the only other time was COVID. Okay, that's 5 freaking years. Now, if the market, the Powell said yesterday, and we'll talk about Powell in a little bit, but that's a big effing deal. Now, if we go and look at the Liberation Day strategy on something like SPY, I like it on QQQ because it actually performs better on QQQ. It still doesn't have us back in. SPY, if you back test it for the last 9 years, it's a 96% gain versus 174% buy and hold. You can see during this time, this downturn during 2022, it got you in with a bunch of losses. It still wins 60% of the time. So it's a good one to get in and to identify when you get in. I've got an alert. Okay, probably next week. It's on a weekly candle. So more than likely next week, it will trigger a buy. And so it's a big effing deal. Okay, on the 4-hour, which is where I like to buy QQQ, and I've got a lot of cash. We'll talk about it. I actually did some trimming yesterday. We'll talk about what stocks I sold yesterday. I didn't do any buying, but I'm tempted once that Liberation Day strategy tells me to buy, I'm loading back in. I'm loading back in. Okay, you can see during this 4-hour period for the last couple of days, it's just been sideways on QQQ. The MACD up. It's 8 points above the oscillator. The RSI up at 60. Okay, we're almost overbought. So on any pullback that you see, I think you can start loading in. Again, this is the 4-hour algorithm. If you buy and hold, you make 49% over the last 24 months. If you just use the 21 positions that the 4-hour algorithm gets you, you make 44%. Okay, there is some safety in using the algorithm. At times, it beats buy and hold. At other times, it meets buy and hold. During the current time, it doesn't beat buy and hold. Why? Well, you had Liberation Day during this time, and it just kept going down. And so you had these buys. But right now, since you're back to where you were on Liberation Day, where you closed on Liberation Day, on April 2nd, if we just go to April 2nd on the Qs, April 2nd, the close, let's see, the afternoon candle, the close was 476. Where are you right now? 489. So all of this was a buy the dip scenario. That's what they mean by buy the dip. Dumbest man-made recession ever. And we had a Fed decision yesterday. Fed Chair Powell still sees risk of tension in dual mandate, but he said the economy is good. We don't feel the need to hurry. Right now, the appropriate thing to do is wait and see. Not a bad thing. Not a bad thing for stocks. Again, wait and see. And you've got trade deals being announced. That's not a bad thing. So we're in a market where you could get taken down by 10% because we know that China talks are happening, and we know that Trump yesterday bolstered it. Man versus gorilla. The market is man. Trump's the gorilla right now. I mean, if you haven't heard about that, just Google that one. It's a Mr. Beast proposal where he's going to have 100 men fight a gorilla. Man versus gorilla. I mean, Trump's the gorilla. He can take you down. Okay? Is he playing along with things? Yes. So until then, I think you buy the dip. And the Liberation Day strategy, it's a great strategy. I have back tested this one. against COVID, against the 2022 downturn. It beat that. Buying and holding, it beat dot bomb. It beat the 2008, 2009. It beat the 25% Liberation Day tariffs. Okay, it hasn't gotten you back in, but it did get you out. Where did it get you out? It got you out at about 500. And where's the Qs? It's at 488. So if it gets you back in next week, you've saved some money. Now, I would have told you that this week, during April 7th, where we had that huge NASDAQ gain of 11%, that was the week to buy. And I did buy. So maybe I'm up. But let's talk about my portfolio because the show's all about me. Alphabet shares tumble as Apple exec expresses concerns. Okay? Apple doing a search deal with Microsoft killed Google. And then part of that was that Eddie Q, who's the senior vice president of services for Apple, added that the iPhone maker is exploring the option of adding artificial intelligence search options to its Safari web browser. Q said that Perplexity AI and Anthropic, maker of the Claude chatbot, could be options. He added that Apple has been pretty impressed with Perplexity have done so far. Okay? This is a watershed moment for Google. Because you've got a couple of things here. Is Google dead? No. But it's an absolute moment for Google and Meta because these are the two search giants. And on your iPhone, I want you to do something on your phone, whether it's an iPhone or whether it's a Google phone, okay? What are you using right now for search? Say you want to find a restaurant. What are you using? Is it Google? Is it Perplexity? Is it... If you are using one of those others, then you're part of the change that they're talking about. And remember, Google is based on search. It's based on eyeballs. And if the iPhone, which is about 50% of the world, goes to something else, that will hit Google. You're seeing people go to other places. Maybe Apple's going to implement something themselves and get another deal with Perplexity and basically get more money out of multiple people. So maybe it's good for Apple. Or maybe they start doing the Apple Intelligence stuff themselves. Bing is not a competitor. Microsoft, it's not a competitor. But if Google starts, if the deal is that Google's going to get less and Bing can provide OpenAI, remember, DuckDuckGo is nothing. I mean, people say DuckDuckGo because of the tracking. No, it's not. It's nothing. Josh Brown brought up a great point yesterday, and I thought this was fantastic. PayPal is an example of what this moment could be. PayPal was such a dominant player in that payment space. You had it all over the place. Okay? You had PayPal all over the place. I'm going to go to the 4 hour and then go to a weekly on this one because we want to look at this one. PayPal was the king. Okay? August, July 2021. During that summer of 2021, this one just took off. And then it hasn't recovered. It just hasn't recovered at all. And what's the relation? PayPal was dominant. It still exists today. But it's not the dominant player. Apple Pay, Google Pay, Cash App, others showed up. So what did PayPal do? When you look at their PE, we can go and look at PayPal and we can chart their PE. Let's go over here. We're going to select metrics and we're going to do valuation. And we're going to say the PE right there. We're not going to do price return. And we're going to do PayPal. Okay, we don't care about the S&P. But let's do a 5-year version of PayPal's PE. That's what happened. And so when you look at Google, and you look at their PE, let's go and select metrics. Let's go to valuation and let's look at the PE because that went down to a 12. Where are you right now with Google? You are at 16. So you still have some downside. But that's what this news is giving you. It's a watershed moment. Okay? And Dan Niles says it great. Apple commented that their own browser search was down in April for the first time. That confirms trends that Google saw in Q1 2025, where paid clicks were 2% year over year and 5% in Q1 2024. The quarter after ChatGPT burst onto the scene, late 2022. He also said that Apple is exploring adding AI search to its browser and that Perplexity and Anthropic could be options. I have said that either you believe the hundreds of billions spent on AI over the past 2 years does not matter, or these companies like OpenAI, Anthropic, Perplexity are going to take share over time. The emergence of AI agents in the future should take even further share. The reaction today by Google stocks give credence to the things said that sometimes happen slowly rather than all at once. It happens slowly. And then what happens today? Oh, let's talk about Apple. As far as Apple goes, investors may be thinking that this moment is like 2015 when Disney mentioned cord cutting. Now remember, Apple is one that is not growing. It's a tough business. And what happened in 2015 when Disney said that cord cutting was an issue? It was a dead stock from 2015 all the way to 2019. And then you had COVID and it popped back up. Where were you trading in 2015? Let's just take the peak of August 2015. You were trading at 120. Where are you today? 102. That's a 10-year stock, okay? 10 years. So the stock has been the same. The highest price, remember, in 2015, there was something called the cable bundle. I was part of the cable industry. There was a cable bundle. The most expensive thing in that cable bundle was the ESPN channels. And that was owned by Disney. And they bundled it together. And they used to charge of a $50 cable bill back then. $20 went to Disney for ESPN. That was the crazy part. Whether you watched it or not, they were making millions and billions of dollars just based on people paying the basic package, because what Disney said is, we need ESPN in the basic package. You can't put it in a tier. And that got them the most money. That may be what Apple's doing now. It may be something where, hey, search and the iPhone may not grow. And so you may be looking at a 10-year or a 5-year kind of same channel where it's between 260 and 200. So again, this is where you have to make up your mind. And I have to make up my mind because I've got a ton in Apple. What happened with Google? Well, Google refutes this. They say Apple's out of their minds. We continue to see overall query search growth in search. That includes an increase in total queries coming from Apple's devices and platforms. More generally, as we enhance search with new features, people are seeing that Google search is more useful for more of their queries, and they're accessing it for new things. You have to decide for yourself, okay? Are you using Google as much as you were before? If you are, fine. Keep the stock. But if you're using these AI features and you like Google search, I'm not a particular fan of Google search. I do like that they put AI at the top, and I think they're defending their platform. You know, they're like the army that is on top of the hill, and they're just whacking these other people down. Well, if you could take a portion of that hill with Perplexity, that's the issue. So I am using Google's tools. I think I'm a new adopter. I think I'm different than most. Again, I use AI every day. I use Perplexity every day. I use Grok every day. I also use Google every day. But I was just using Google every day just 2 years ago. And so that my behavior has changed. That means my investment philosophy is going to change. And what's interesting is Brad Gerstner pointed this out. And I want to point this out too. Watch below, the slow death of 10 blue links. Remember, that's what Google search is. It's 10 blue links that are paid. It's advertising. since ChatGPT has grown 100 million to 1 billion monthly active users. That's the danger. And look at that share price, 132 on on Google Alphabet. That's December 4th, 2023. So let's go and look at Google on a weekly chart. December 2023 is way back here. Where are we heading to? It could be 135. That's right at the 200-day. You could get some support, but you've got to have some catalyst for this to move up. And right now, I just don't see a catalyst. Go and watch this because Brad Gerstner called it in 2023. He still has an investment in Google, but it's not as big as it was. He trimmed it. And when you look at this weekly chart, that between that 150 and 193, that's probably about where you could be for the next few years, because we just looked at the PE of Google. It's come down. It's as cheap as it's ever been, but it could be a PayPal situation. So that's how I'm looking at these stocks. That's how I'm looking at it. I haven't made any decisions yet. I will absolutely let the podcast know when I make decisions about these things. We'll go over some of my trims yesterday. Biggest stock movers today: crypto, BYND, Beyond a Beef, Cliff, and more. AppLovin, a alpha pick stock, and I'll go over this in a little bit when we go over the earnings. It's up 13% based on earnings. Bitcoin surged towards 100,000 again. Did you get your IBIT? Cleveland Cliff, which is in the core portfolio, which I suggest not buying and holding. You should be out of this one until we get some type of upward movement. That's down 9% on earnings. ARM Holdings down. Beyond Meat, just useless. Fortinet, which I thought might be a good one, but it was stretched, I said. Down 12% after the cybersecurity firm reported Q1 results and guidance that largely aligned with analyst expectations you need to meet and beat in this market. And that's what Fortinet didn't do. Now, one stock, or let's just say this before I go into that one stock. It's an AI market. And Dan Ives has put it really, the Ives AI 30. These are the 30 companies that he's invested in. And you can see hyperscalers: Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Oracle. I don't own Oracle, but I own the other three. Software, I don't own Palantir. I do own Salesforce. Don't own IBM. Don't own ServiceNow. I do own Snowflake. Adobe, I don't own. MongoDB, C3 AI, I don't own any of those. Consumer Internet, Alibaba, don't own it. Apple, I'm in big. Meta, I'm in big. Cybersecurity, Palo Alto, I'm in big. Zscaler, don't own it. Like it. CyberArk, Autonomous, Tesla, I own. Oklo, I don't own. Nvidia, I own it. Love it. AMD, don't own it. Taiwan Semi, don't own it. Broadcom, want to own it. So I think it's a great list of the 30 companies that you can invest in if you want to get into AI. It's an AI market. Another one that I saw, Oscar Health. And this is one I brought up the past few weeks. Oscar Health was up 30% on earnings. Ogas, who let me into the HIMS trade. He had a complete, he's saying it's a 100 bagger. You can read on his thing what a 100 bagger is. He gives you a great look at it. Okay. And Oscar Health, it was earnings. Earnings was strong. Let me just close this one. Earnings was strong. CEO highlighted the company reporting a 42% year-over-year revenue increase. They upped my damn insurance rates. Yes, I own it. I should own this stock at this price, because if Ogas is right, this one could get back to where it was. And you look at a weekly chart, and we bounced off that 13, which was a previous high. Okay. I'm just worried about it getting down here. But if I buy at 13 and have a stop at 10 and say, I'm going to get rid of it if it gets down to 10, that might be a good thing. Let me look at my VWAP. No, volume. Where's the volume by price? There we go. What I want to look at is the volume by price. I'm going to collapse these indicators as well. Because where are people buying? Well, you can take a look over here. They're buying. There's a shelf here at 16. You're at 17. So maybe that provides some support. The low volume area is 12. You can slide this thing right here. Let's slide this back to 2023, where we really started the breakout. Look at that right there between 16 and 17. That's the highest volume, and you're trading at 1703. It's 1783, up 5% in pre-market. Look at the weekly. The MACD super down. Now, does this one make sense? Let's go and look at Oscar in the quant rating. It's a buy. Valuation, it's got to be. I mean, again, 19 times forward earnings. It's a little bit expensive, but growth, they're growing 54% revenue year over year. The profitability, it's got to be. It's very profitable. When you're looking at these cash from operations, asset turnover, momentum, it's been doing okay. I mean, long term, down 13%, but you can see the short term, it's turning around. What does Wall Street think that's worth? They think it's worth 19. That's still a 13% upside. And when you go and look at it in the 52-week range, it's right in the middle. Now, when you analyze with AI, you can take a look at this. It tells you its competitors and unique value proposition, tells you about the valuation, growth, profitability. All of this on Seeking Alpha, you can go and read this. Okay, this was just generated on 5/8. 5/8. So at 4:25 a.m., it's the most recent one. They just had earnings. It's a great, great opportunity. And you can see Wall Street says it's a hold. How many analysts? 7 analysts. One says strong buy, 2 say buy. You're going to see some upgrades with those earnings. You are going to see some upgrades because look at the revisions. 2 up, 2 down on earnings per share in the last 90 days, 2 up and 1 down on revenue. So Seeking Alpha Analyst thinks it's a buy. Again, if you like this type of thing where you can take a stock, look at it for 5-10 minutes, Seeking Alpha is the way to go. And how do you get Seeking Alpha? Go over to my link tree. The link is down below. You can get the second link, which we will go over because it includes the Alpha Picks portfolio. There's one coming up on the 15th. It is a portfolio where you get a new stock on the 1st and the 15th. It has beaten the S&P over its 3 years in existence. So an Apple Oven is one of them. Oscar is not. Maybe Oscar gets in there because it could be 100 bagger according to Oguz. I like that one. Now let me talk about HIMS because I did sell my HIMS and I put it up here on Savvy Trader. In fact, let's go over to my newsletter because where is my newsletter? There it is. And I can look at this and I can give you some notes because HIMS. This is the screenshot from Seeking Alpha, Savvy Trader. So 2 days, I made 20%. My actual purchase and gains were much larger than what I put in Savvy Trader. I didn't buy just 100 shares of this one, okay? We didn't have sushi last night. We had meatballs, spaghetti and meatballs. Where's it trading right now? I sold at 50. It's trading at 51. Yesterday, it closed at 52. Its high was 52.36. I sold at 50. I took my 20% and I moved on. You want to know why? Because that 91% gain over 13 days scares the hell out of me because I think it's a short squeeze. If you go and look at HIMS on Seeking Alpha, you can see it's a 28% short interest. So I think it's a short squeeze. If it goes up to 200 from here, I missed out. I booked 20% gains in 2 days. I am perfectly happy with that. I will wait to see when the algorithm gets me out because the 4-hour algorithm makes me 218% over 24 months, 340% if you buy and hold. I like the story of this stock. I have changed my mind since they got into a deal with Novo Nordisk. I like the stock. I will be looking towards 20. If I get it under 30, I am okay buying under 30 with a buy and hold. I am not okay buying at $41 with a buy and hold because the valuation is crazy. So that's my pick on that one. I like it. I like it a lot, but I sold it. I took the gain. Now, the Trump administration is set to alter export curb controls on AI and diffusion rule. This is really good for my NVIDIA holdings, for AMD, which I'm not going to hold. I may trade. Broadcom, which I want to buy, which I sold at like 170 something, and Intel, which I will not buy. It could be very good for those stocks. In fact, NVIDIA fireworks into the close. Trendspider shows this to you. All-time high right back there in January. Then you got a lower high. Then you got another lower high. Then you got another lower high. These are bad things. That's trending down. But boy, you got to close yesterday into a higher high. That's good. That's really good for the stock. Could it turn around? Maybe. Maybe. Because this one is not necessarily overvalued. It depends on what they say on earnings. It's coming up here in May. Remember, Taiwan Semi said they can't make enough chips. But these guys had to take a $5 billion write-down because they can't sell chips into China. If Trump actually reverses that, that could be a good thing. Maybe you get back up here to the 120s. Maybe you get back to the 130s. This is a buy and hold stock for me. Did I buy down here at 106? You damn well bet I bought here at 106. You damn well bet I bought at 109. The win rate on the 4-hour algorithm is 57 freaking percent. 21 positions. So what do you win? 12 times out of 21? I'm taking it. And that's why I like the 4-hour algorithm. If you want the 4-hour algorithm, you go over to my link tree. Up here is Trendspider. You can get Trendspider 14 days for $20. Go and try it. Then sign up for an annual plan. I will send you all of the tools that I have developed for Trendspider. And you can use it. This is why I like it, because I buy and hold some stocks, but I actually trade others like HIMS, like MicroStrategy. I mean, let's just pull up MicroStrategy on the 4-hour algorithm, because I will show you. MicroStrategy is a great, great stock on the 4-hour algorithm. And of course, it's taken some time to pony up here. Let's just do this. Let's refresh and let's go to MicroStrategy on the 4-hour algorithm. That's the NVIDIA one. Let's go to MSTR because I want to show you the results of MSTR, okay? If you bought and held MSTR, you made 1,107%. That's really good. But if you entered the 23 positions over 24 months, again, it's once per month, you've made 1,903%. This particular trade, which it got you in at 296 on MicroStrategy, okay? Got you in at 296. And just 26 days later, you are up 31%. It's not as good as the HIMS one, because HIMS, you can see here, we've got, you got in here, and let's see. We're going to alter this one and go up to 52. So far, you're at a 98% gain in just 14 freaking days. And you want to know how to trade Tesla? It's in the 4-hour algorithm. If you bought and held Tesla 2 years ago, you're up 67%. That's great. You've doubled your performance with the 24 positions in Trendspider with the 4-hour algorithm. Got you in here at 255. Okay, I buy and hold this one, but I also trade it in the 4-hour algorithm. It's 24 positions once a month, so you're not trading every day. But I like it. So NVIDIA, we can talk about that one in the 4-hour algorithm. But the market's going to go up today. And why is it going to go up? It's because the trade deal in the UK, we finally have an effing trade deal. So like I said at the beginning with the S&P back at the close that it was on Liberation Day, that's a good thing. It's a good thing. Now let's talk about my trims yesterday. I trimmed Microsoft. I trimmed Microsoft at about 438. It's at 436 right now in pre-market. I trimmed it 438 because, and it was, 440 seems to me, okay, 440 is the end of this gap. I think it does fill this gap up to 440, but the difference between 438 and 440 for the amount that I sold was like a couple $1,000. I don't care about a couple $1,000, okay? I took the gain. And I think it was like a 7 or 8% gain from last year. Long-term capital gains. Love to lock it in. You want to know why? And the reason is because Microsoft is still expensive. It's still trading at 32 times forward earnings. Do I think that they could grow? I think so. Wall Street thinks that it's a $500 stock. I don't think it's a $500 stock. I still have skin in the game. I didn't even cut half my position. But I trimmed it. Another one I trimmed. Apple. Why did I sell Apple at 198? because of the news yesterday and because of the growth and the PE. That's it. The Wall Street thinks it's a $232 stock. That's an 18% upside. I would love to sell it there, but it's trading at 27 times forward earnings. And you look at the growth and they're growing at 4% a year. That's not good to me. Another one I sold, Google. Why? Because of that thing. Again, these are top 5 holdings for me: Microsoft, Apple, and Google. And I sold Google because the algorithm got me out. And the algorithm is something that I listen to when it comes to Google. It doesn't outperform buy and hold. But I like the fact that it got me out on a day where I was just worried about, hey, I'm not using Google as much as I was. So I got out at 160. It's trading at 156. Okay, I got out on the way down. And I didn't get out completely. Again, these are long-term capital gains. So I am fine getting back in if they are lower. I'm also fine getting back in if it's higher, because look, this one's still in a downward trend. It hasn't changed. And then I trimmed and I sold half of my CrowdStrike at 423. It's trading right now at 426. Wrong decision? I don't know. I told you, 554 is the top there. Does it run into resistance when it gets up there? You damn well bet it runs into resistance because it's super expensive. And again, I'm the guy that sold Palantir 25 based on valuation. This one, when you look at valuation, it's an F. Why? It's trading 122 times forward earnings, but their growth, phenomenal. I own this and I own Palo Alto. There are some other ones that I want to get into. It is Zscaler and it's Fortinet are the two that I really like otherwise in cybersecurity. So let's talk about some of the core portfolio stocks, because Amazon is back over 188. 188 was the resistance. Do you want to trim this one? Maybe. I just watched a video on Amazon's robots in their warehouses. I loved it. But maybe you want to trim this one. Bank of America, it's over 40. I told you to buy this one under 40. I bought it under 40. Okay. Costco is back over 1,000. I was at Costco on Monday in the afternoon. You can't get a freaking cart at Costco here in Atlanta. It is packed. And Costco, before we go into Costco, the CrowdStrike CEO, after the company layoffs, AI flattens our hiring curve. They're going to spend less. They will make more money using AI. To lead at scale with nearly 10,000 CrowdStrikers and a clear path to $10 billion in annual recurring revenue, we are evolving how we operate. We're building on what works, simplifying execution and doubling down. He's a great leader. He is a fantastic leader. You invest in great leaders. Okay? Even though people may hate him because he's laying people off for AI, he's leading a company and you're a shareholder. You're not an employee. If you are an employee, maybe it's something you want to think about, expanding your search. Now, Costco reported a 7% increase in U.S. comparable sales despite a negative calendar effect. Again, during this time, Costco is typically down. It's over $1,000. Costco, when we go and look at it, the valuation is crazy. Am I buying it here? No. But they're all based on membership, and nobody's cutting their damn membership. Okay, I paid $65 to renew my membership. I don't save $65, but I love that freaking store. Their growth, 6%. It's not great. Again, analyze it with AI if you like it. Let's go back to the core portfolio because Disney is back over 100. Disney is back over 100. Did you buy it at 84? Because I think it's going to 120. We can talk about Google at 156. 156. I mean, I wrote this note yesterday. Google's back at 165. It's at 156. Do you want to buy it? Maybe it makes an opportunity for you. I just sold it, but I have a top 5 position in Google. Doesn't mean that I don't believe in Google. It just means that I want less exposure to it. Microsoft, back near 440. Again, with their earnings, they gapped up between 398 and 423. I'm scared of that gap. I trimmed. I trimmed. Look at the weekly chart of Microsoft. You can see in this thing right here. Where's the high? 460. Do I want to wait for 460? I'm going to trim it. Okay, NVIDIA is back over 110. NVIDIA, you could have bought under $100 just April 7th. Its low was $86. That's a super move in a stock that has had a tremendous move. Okay, and in the core portfolio, Roblox, it's over 70. Did you buy at 55 where the 4-hour algorithm told you? Because it wins 50% of the time. And we saw this gap up here, 74, and it filled it. So just using the core portfolio, where are some opportunities in the core portfolio? Well, I would argue United Health may be an opportunity, but don't get into it now. You don't want to get into a sinking ship right now. And yes, United Health is a sinking ship. Is it expensive? Not really. I mean, you're paying, let's go to valuation. It's a C minus. It's at 14 times forward earnings. That's not crazy. I mean, let's go and look at the PE select metrics. We'll go to the valuation and we'll go to PE right here. We're just going to build it. And again, you can do all this. Look at that PE. It's not expensive, but momentum is what you want to look at. And momentum is horrible right now. It's just horrible, but it's an opportunity to keep an eye on. What's another opportunity? Uber. They have downgraded it. Wedbush downgraded it and said, hey, just take a halt. But the quant says it's a strong buy. Now, if we go and look at the history of the quant, it turned into a strong buy at 68. I would argue that using both Trendspider and Seeking Alpha with the 4-hour algorithm on Trendspider, you could trade between this 60 and 80 point. I would be trimming Uber. Wait for a better price. That's an opportunity. Now, the S&P, 5 most overbought and oversold stocks. Learn RSI. It's the relative strength index. 70 is overbought. 30 is oversold. And here are the 5 most overbought stocks. Mosaic, it's up huge. CME, VeriSign, Philip Morris, Cardinal Health. Cardinal Health is up, let's see, year to date, 29%. Okay, 5 most oversold stocks. These are most likely down. Holix, Vertex, CHD, Church & Dwight, United Health, Becton Dickerson. Okay, there are always opportunities to find in the market, and maybe this is one of the factors that you want to do. Now let's talk about earnings. AppLovin killed it. Okay, it was up 15%. It's up 14% now. AlphaPix bought this, just so you know. AlphaPix, which is the portfolio that you get when you get the bundle with Seeking Alpha, when you use this second link right here to get the bundle, and remember, you save $159. But AppLovin was part of the AlphaPix portfolio in November 2023 for $38 a share. That's a 615% gain in the portfolio. That's how good AlphaPix is. Now, is this one going back to all-time highs? It could. Look at that weekly. It absolutely could. These earnings were that good. Is AppLovin expensive? You bet it's expensive. It's 39 times forward earnings. But with their growth, okay, the PEG ratio is down at 0.18. So what does Wall Street, there are 27 analysts that cover this. They think it's a $451 stock, which is still 30% upside from where it is right now. Another one that I put in my newsletter, and I said this one, I asked Perplexity. Mercado Libre could turn $5,000 into $1 million. And I said that a long time ago, just about a month ago, when it was trading under $2,000. Where is it now? $2,400. They killed it. They killed it. And we can look at this one in the 4-hour algorithm. What does the 4-hour algorithm make? It makes you 60% versus buy and hold at 76%. Maybe this one's a little too volatile for you, but if you bought at 1960, okay, you are gaining a tremendous amount right now. Let's just look at it. Let's put right there that in 28 days, you're up 31%. Now, we can't make 20% every 2 days like HIMS. 38%, 31% in 28 days is amazing. And that's just based on the 4-hour algorithm. Okay, but if you buy and hold, Perplexity said this is one of the stocks that has the characteristics of turning $5,000 into $1 million over time. Another one that was in there, I think Axon was in there. Axon killed it. If you watch body cam footage on YouTube of crimes from police officers, it's Axon. And they've got AI that just reduces the amount of work for police officers. It's a great business. Is it expensive? You damn well bet it's expensive. But again, you've got to pick your battles. This one, I wouldn't buy it at $679, even though $715 is the high. The average Wall Street price target is $673. I think you can wait for a better price. But it's been a buy in the quant. And this is just an example. They dropped as Q1 results guidance matched expectations. There was nothing particularly great about this. And I said this yesterday. Fortinet, it's expensive and its growth is not great. And it ran up into these earnings. So if you see a stock like this that was down at 92 and all of a sudden was up in the 107 and stuff going into earnings. But if you just go out here and you look at this, it's just traded sideways, but it's nothing spectacular. And they had to have a great earnings and they didn't. And so it's down now. Now I do want to own this one. I think my father owns this. We sold this at 70 or 80 to trim it, and we haven't got back in. We haven't, but it's a good cybersecurity stock. Now in the core portfolio, Shopify slumps after profit guidance falls short. They fell short. Is it an opportunity? I believe it's an opportunity. Yes, I do. It's green right now. It's starting to come back. Look at how that 50-day on the 4-hour provided some support. I think you get back up to the 200-day, which is 104, which is still a damn good move. Is it expensive? You bet this one's expensive, but they are the leader in the category. Okay? And it's trading 64 times forward earnings. But when you look at the PEG, the price earnings growth, it's 0.04. And that's why the growth is so good. So again, analyze with AI. You can look at all that. Quantum stocks. After D-Wave reported great earnings, you're looking at 27% upside. On IONQ, which just reported last night, you're looking at 7% upside. Qubit, you're looking at 7%. Rigetti, 8%. So again, quantum stocks quantum computing is back in the spotlight again. So is nuclear. Trump tweeted about nuclear. IONQ in particular, it's just, for me, IONQ, until it becomes a cash flow positive business, I'd trade it. I wouldn't own it. And that goes for all of these quantum computing stocks. Until they become cash flow positive, I would absolutely trade these things. And they are good trading vehicles. Now, Education Center. This is Linda Raschke, I think is how you say her name. That's her. Here's 12 technical trading rules. I mean, go and read them. Buy the first pullback after a new high. Sell the first rally after a new low. Afternoon strength or weakness should have follow through the next day. If you see a huge rally into the close, it should have follow through the next day. The best trading reversals occur in the morning, not the afternoon. That's why trading for me was always good in the morning. The larger the market gaps, the greater the odds of continuation and a trend. If it gaps up huge, you can expect it maybe to come back and fill some of it, but probably not all of it. The previous day's highs and lows are very important. Pivot points for this was the definitive point where buyers or sellers came on the day before. Look for the market to either test and reverse off these points or push through them. Go and read the 12 points. It's actually 11. Maybe I missed one. I copy and pasted this one just to be fully transparent. So I am going to work on, I found this video. I will not link this in the video, but it is the scanner that Ross Cameron uses. And this guy has four or five things that he puts into Thinkorswim. I'm going to build this in Trendspider. If you want to Google it, you can Google Warrior Trading's $1 million momentum scanner. But I probably will not put a link to this video. It's a long one. Not super long. It's 18 minutes, but I'd rather build it in Trendspider and see if it works, and let's see what happens. So that's what I'm going to plan on doing. If you have any questions, well, let's look at Earnings Hub real quick, because we do have earnings this afternoon from some big players. You have Coinbase, which is expected $1.85. Last time they reported $3.39. There was a special adjusted excludes gains on crypto asset, So there was some special things in there. You got Rocket Labs, which is one of Shai Bullar's favorites. You know, they reported a minus 10-cent earnings last time. They're expected minus 9. SoundHound, which is one of Dan Ives' big things. These guys actually have an actual business with Volkswagen where they turn AI voices or something. There is an actual business here. So it's actually earning money. The trading desk, which I love, which has been beaten down. If you look at the trading desk, it is just a phenomenal beatdown on this business. It's got this gap from its last earnings, 85 to 115. Does it get back? Does it do something positive? Again, read up on why that one went down. Go and read whatever research tool you use. Go and research it. But I love that stock. Cloudflare, which is one of Austin Hankowitz. He said, hey, this is one that he loves. He's just adding to. I agree. You know, the 4-hour algorithm makes you 113% versus 172% buy and hold. I want to buy and hold it. Now, is it expensive? You bet it's expensive, but it's 52-week high. If we go and look at it, let's just look at Cloudflare, because this is one of the kind of building blocks. Look at it. It's right in the 52-week range. What does Wall Street say that it's worth? They think it's worth $139, which is 14% upside. Do I want to buy it? Maybe. I'd rather buy it closer to a 50-day at about 104. But if I'm buying this for 4 or 5 years, I don't care about that difference. You know, so you have earnings today. DraftKings, we saw Flutter, I think it was, that missed. TMDX, which is one of, another stock that Perplexity said could turn $5,000 into $1 million. You got Mara, lovely Mara. You got Affirm, you got Lyft, you got Pinterest, you got Toast, you got CleanDesk, you got HubSpot, you got Monster, you got Serve, you got Wolfspeed. You've got a ton of high volatile stocks that could move today. So take your bet, go and do that. If you have any questions, hit me up on my link tree. I have my email address right there. Also, you can hit me up on the newsletter. If you just go over to the newsletter, Daily Stock Pick. Let's see, we'll go right there. DailyStockPick.substack.com. You can see all of my activity, all of my posts, and I think the posts do say paid, but they're not paid. Just understand, I put paid in there so that I can give the paid newsletter subscribers a commercial-free version. So this is commercial-free for the paid subscribers, and then I put the paid just down at the bottom. There is nothing after this. It says, thanks for reading. This post is public and free. And then down there, it's just, it's a paid newsletter just so everybody can read it. But it does say paid. It's not paid. And I love that freaking thumbnail right there that I did yesterday. So if you have any questions, hit me up. I will talk to you tomorrow. Okay, bye. Delete. Let's go in and let's look at. Oh, I want to go back to new graphics. There we go. I almost put this one in the paid. The paid newsletter has a cool open. I did new graphics for the paid newsletter. Let's customize that. And Patty, I'll answer your question in a little bit once I get this started. I'm going to take out that 1 second. There we go. And we're going to put in this one. And we'll put in green screen. Copy. And we'll put in, today was a long one. I usually don't go 50 minutes recently. We're going to put in this one. Green screen. Boom, 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 boom. And then we'll put in this one. And we'll do green screen. Copy. Paste. 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 And we're going to export this one. Export. 5.8 pod. So, Travis, I don't even know how to put in a put. Did ARM go up? Let's see. Oh, ARM's down 5%. So if you put in a put, you should be fine. Let's look at the 5-minute. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't too far away from where it was selling at 4 a.m. So if you sold your put at 4 a.m. Patty, why can't you find things fast enough? That's part of the issue. I will tell you, I think, Patty, you have Trendspider. If you set alerts for something that, part of the 4 things that this guy said that Ross looks for: stocks trading between $2 and $20, shares outstanding of less than 10 million, because again, Ross likes supply and demand. If it's got less than 10 million stocks, you could get that short squeeze where people start buying and then shorts have to cover, and it just pushes it higher. Stocks that already have a change of 10% or more within the last few candles. That's something you can scan for in Trendspider. And 5 times relative volume compared to previous sessions. So those are 4 things that I wrote down on that video that I'm going to try and put into Trendspider in a scanner. And that scanner you could have sent to you every 10 minutes if you'd like it, with the results. So I think it's how, if you do have Trendspider, you can find those opportunities super, super easily and not watch charts. If you don't have Trendspider, you can't, because you can't send yourself alerts. Again, part of the reason we got Trendspider when we built the 4-hour algorithm was we wanted freaking alerts. We wanted a text. We wanted to be on the side of a mountain where we'd get a text and, hey, you should buy or you should sell. And shit, I traded on that in 2020. Let's see. HIMS is at 52. Let's see. I will look at my Fidelity account, my big account, which I raised some pretty significant cash yesterday in retirement accounts. I'm up 0.45%. So the NASDAQ is up 0.78. So I am underperforming, but let me see where Apple is. It's Apple's even 0.09. So that probably is why I'm underperforming. It's still a huge, huge portion of my my portfolio. Now, my Webull account, which I am very open in sharing, is down to 11.1. So, yeah. Oof. And my stomach is rumbling. I am going to go do a Canva thumbnail. What am I going to call this one? YouTube thumbnail. Let's see. I want to do is Apple. I spend a lot of time on Apple and Google, so that's what I want to do. A thumbnail here. This is part of the magic. Morning, Mark, by the way. GI Master, MSTR. Let's see. I like that one. That one's kind of cool. Let's see. I love Canva Premium. Let's see. Let's customize this. Let's use this. We'll use this one. Uploads. Let's see. We're going to use this. No. Let's use. Which photo will I use? Let's use this one. Let's use this one and let's there is a apps image upscaler. That's what I want. Upscale 8 times. Let's see. Does it do better? Oh yeah, it's good. DG, if Google splits itself up, I think it's super good for because the growth engine of Google, they have super amounts of growth in some of their divisions which don't have, you know, like if the search is in one company and then you get let's see. Oh no, it's not better. No. Nope, it's not better. We're just gonna keep that one. Let's see. We'll just we're just gonna we're gonna put in the logo. Where's the Google logo? There it is. We're gonna turn this. We're gonna turn it that way. And we're gonna put in the Apple logo. And we're gonna shrink this down a little. Let's just put that out there. And we're gonna have to okay, we're gonna have to boom, boom, boom. Okay. Position, we're gonna go forward. And we're gonna include this. And we're gonna shrink this down. do spacing. And we're going to do this. Effects, neon. No, let's see. Let's just do this. We're gonna shrink this down. And we're gonna put that right there. We're gonna shrink this down a little. And we're gonna turn this like that. And maybe I have to go over a little bit. There we go. Let's put in seeking alpha. And Trendspider. And let's see what else. We've got Uber, which I want to do one color, and we'll make it white. And yep, and we'll take that out and change this Uber. And uploads, let's see, we did, what else did we talk about? Intel, Amazon. We'll do, no, we'll just get the Amazon logo. We did talk about Meta. I'm not going to include Meta. We did talk NVIDIA. So we're going to include that one. And let's do one color on that. Let's just change this to this. And then one color. Apply effects. There we go. And we'll take out NVIDIA here. Put NVIDIA. And where's my uploads? There we are. AMD. We can go to one color on that. Apply effects. Boom. Shrink this down to size. AMD. Uploads. Visa, Amazon. I'm going to go one color. Apply effects. Boom. Uploads. Disney. We'll do one color. Apply effects. This is the shit of doing thumbnails. We did Shopify, and we'll do one color, apply effects, and we'll include this up here. And uploads. Palo Alto, one color. And boom. We'll get that up there. And uploads. Costco. We'll do one. Oh, you know what? Costco looks pretty good. No, so we'll just go back to uploads. We'll go Costco. And we'll put that down there. And because nobody's signing up here for going to watch the video for Costco. People are going to watch for CrowdStrike. And I like how that red looks. Oracle Broadcom. We're going to go one color. And we're going to apply effects. Oh. Oh. What happened? Oh, it's letting me do this. So we'll do Broadcom like that. And upload. Micron, Tesla, Delta, MicroStrategy. I will put in MicroStrategy because we did that one. And Zoom, Snowflake, Rocket Lab, AppLovin. I think I'm going to do AppLovin. We're going to shrink that down a little. And uploads. Oclo, I do want IONQ, which I do have. IONQ. We'll include that down here. And I think I'm going to do a box. Elements. And we're just going to do, where's the, no, let's do, no, we're going to get rid of that. I'll just leave it like this. I'd like to have this have a effects. Let's see. A neon curve background. No. I'd like to have a box effect. Box. Oh, there we go. Boom. And we'll change this to this. And we'll put this around this. And where is, there it is. Why can't I? I guess not. Let's see. I'm gonna move this up there. Let's do this. Backward. And move that. And let's do this. We're going to do that, that, and this. And we're going to group. And then we're going to put this like that. And let's just put these up here. AMD, Amazon, Costco, Broadcom, IONQ. There we go. Oh, TLN had earnings. We're going to download this. Download. I'm going to quit this. I've actually got to go. Yeah, it could be just the guidance, DG. Okay, I'm going to go. I'm going to put it on show exit. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. See you. Bye.
Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears.